Let us take a look at the upcoming essay assignment. As the title of the prompt indicates, you will be writing a rhetorical analysis essay. Before I discuss what a rhetorical analysis essay is, let me make clear what it is not. When writing a rhetorical analysis essay, you are not trying to understand the meaning of the work or summarize it. Neither are you trying to argue the issue. In other words, you are not trying to prove the author right or wrong. So what are you trying to do? In a rhetorical analysis, you apply your critical reading skills to break down a piece. The goal of a rhetorical analysis is to show how the author writes rather than what the author writes. To do this, you have to understand what is the purpose of the argument, what does it hope to achieve, what motivated the writer to produce this piece, what is the exigency, who is the intended audience, who is the writer, and what is his or her profession, background, and experience. How does it make the writer or creator seem trustworthy? What facts, reasoning, and evidence are used in the argument? How are they presented? How does the language or style of the argument work to persuade an audience? How does the author use ethos, logos, and pathos in his piece? What are the key emphasized terms and definitions in this article? What is the counterargument? Does the author refute the counterargument? What type of evidence does the author use? Is it reliable? What organization techniques did the author use? Why? What is the tone of the piece? Although there are other questions you might consider, generally speaking, the questions discussed here will fit into different categories of the rhetorical appeals. Points 4, 5, 9, and 10 discussed in the previous slide help establish ethos. Do the author's credentials and his or her use of sources show the author to be well-knowing and trustworthy? Is the used evidence reliable and unbiased? Points 1, 2, 3, 5, and 9 help establish logos. What chain of logical reasoning has been presented to support the argument? Does the author use statistical facts or evidence-based examples to support his or her claims? Points 6, 8, 11, and 12 help establish pathos. Does the piece give the audience a sense of fear, emergency, sorrow, happiness, hope, or some other emotion? How does the author evoke these feelings? Now that you understand how a rhetorical analysis essay differs from other styles of writing, let us take a look at what the thesis statement for this assignment will look like. Make sure you avoid using first and second person phrases like I believe, I think, or this paper will show, etc. Your thesis should serve as a guide to your essay for the readers. It should share what rhetorical techniques you will be analyzing and the impact of those techniques on the effectiveness of the piece. For example, a strong rhetorical analysis essay's thesis statement would be like the thesis from the posted sample essay. The obligation to endure is an explicit piece of argumentation in which Rachel Carson uses fear tactics, causal reasoning, moral queries, and a sarcastic tone to persuade her audience into understanding and condemning the unethical use of pesticides. Now that you know how to formulate your thesis statement, let us move to the other requirements. Make sure you know when the assignment is due. Late work will be collected for this assignment with a penalty of 5 points per day. You can submit late papers for up to 3 days. That means last day to submit late papers is Thursday before 6 a.m. However, late papers will not receive any feedback. Check the length requirements posted within the assignment prompt. Make sure the assignment is completed in MLA format. Use attributive tags and in-text parenthetical citations. Choose and integrate quotes carefully and paraphrase without borrowing the language of the source too closely. Attributive tags are used to explain the origin of and to give credit to the original source. They help separate your ideas from your source's ideas. For example, Dr. Smith from the University of California, Berkeley, states in his article Diet as a Risk Factor for Cancer that in this way you have to indicate that the following information is from your source. Now, parenthetical references help direct your readers to full bibliographic entries in the list of works cited at the end of the paper. If you haven't mentioned the author's name in the attributive tag, then you can add it to the parenthetical citation, along with the original page number. For example, Smith 324. If the author's name has been added in the attributive tag, provide just the original page number. Do not create your own page numbers. If you do not have the page numbers, you can cite the source by providing the title of the work. For more details on MLA formatting, read the 8th edition MLA lecture notes posted on Blackboard. Regarding tone, you must demonstrate objectivity while analyzing the article you have chosen. You are writing to an intelligent, sophisticated audience that is looking for a clear and accurate analysis of the article's rhetorical structure. Write formally. Avoid using first and second person speech. Support your points with evidence coming from the assigned article. Show your writing skills. Use all three techniques: paraphrase, summarize, and quote. Lastly, make sure the essay is an original creation. You cannot submit work you did not create. Additionally, you cannot resubmit an essay you completed for another course or section. Turn in your assignment as Microsoft or rich text format, documents only. Any assignment that I cannot open will be given a 0 for not following instructions. Finally, add a works cited list. Even if you are using just one source, it has to be cited. Details on how to cite a source from an anthology and/or a website have been provided in the assignment prompt. For additional details on this assignment, please read the posted lecture notes and watch the videos. Also read the posted sample assignment.